Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to week 6 of the AIP. I can't believe that we're already halfway through. Thank you guys for coming. We have a little bit of a lighter class today. It seems like a lot of people are just running around crazy at their dealerships. Thank you to those who reached out and said that, you're just not getting to your homework. Well, that's, good timing on our end because we're actually off next week for the holiday. So that gives you guys an extra week to, catch up on any homework. And it is really important that you guys catch up because every week, as you can see, it's kind of built off of the week before. We did writing content, and then the week after, we posted the content we wrote on social media. Those who send us your screenshots did an awesome job. It doesn't really make sense to go over right now since I only received a few people's homework. So please, try to get me that over the next couple of days. We don't meet again until January 2nd. So that does give you guys some time to do it. Before we begin, does anyone have any questions on either the homework or the lessons? All right, well, it looks like everyone is good on the homework and previous lessons. Is there a Google Plus analytics like Facebook? No, there's not, Nicole. Google Plus is a little different. Of course, each social platform is different. Google Plus is great for linking to all your sites, but there's not that in-depth analytics like Facebook. Same with Twitter, as we said. Twitter keeps telling us that it's coming. It was supposed to come months ago, but it's still not here. So maybe something in the future that will come. Right. So I'm going to pass this over to Dmitry, and then when he's done, I'm going to go over your midterm. So I hope you guys are ready for that. While I recommend that you guys do it immediately after his presentation, the midterm will be open until December 27th. So that gives you guys over a week to do it. But while the information is still fresh in your mind and you're at your computer, I do highly recommend doing it now before things get even crazier during the Christmas week. All right, I'm going to pass this over to Dmitry. He is SEM Manager at PCG Digital Marketing. So I will hand this over to him, and feel free to bug him with questions and anything you have on paid search.
Thank you for that warm introduction, Lisa. I'm glad I don't have any homework or midterms. I just be copying off everybody anyways. Just to get a feel about where everybody is with paid search, just please type in if you're a novice, a beginner, or if you have ever set up a Google AdWords account or ran any paid search ads or display ads. Just quickly fill it in the question box. Novice, beginner. Okay, got a novice from Jason. Beginner from Ashley. Hi, Ashley. Great. So we're going to talk about how to set up a Google AdWords account in 30 minutes, how to create a remarketing list, and really what the benefits are of Google AdWords. So that's my contact information. If anyone, Nick says never ran ads, currently enrolled and engaged. Oh, great. I'm aware from just never used it before from Tweet Will. Great. So we have a great range of understanding of AdWords here, and we're definitely going to benefit you guys from signing up for this. So that's my contact information. My extension is 39, or you can email me if you ever have any questions. I'm always available to help, and that's what we really like to pride here at PCG is our education and really our commitment to educating everybody. So let's go quickly over today's agenda. We're going to, like I said, talk about the benefits of search ads. how to set up an account in 30 minutes. We're going to also talk about remarketing, how we're going to set up a remarketing list, which is really easy nowadays. Google really, in the last couple of months, has really simplified the method of getting a remarketing list set up and how to create different remarketing lists based on your URLs, which is very exciting. In the past, you had to add 3 or 4 remarketing lists just to get really specific. We're going to talk about how to create effective remarketing banners. And we're also going to introduce you to the video pre-roll, which is something that Google came out with a couple months ago. We've been implementing it here for several clients of ours. We actually even are running a Google AdWords pilot currently with Google, where we're just learning really how to create effective strategies for each different brand. So it's a very exciting time right now at PCG, working with Google on video pre-roll. And I just want to introduce it to everybody and really explain how it works. So what are the benefits of search ads? Well, the great thing about using Google AdWords and running text ads, it's really a small investment. It's really up to you how much you want to spend on it. It really, all it takes is time. So if you have the time to sit down, really understand the best practices and create your campaigns, that's really where the investment comes from. The nice thing about also text ad is that you can really attract quality and relevant traffic at different stages of the buying cycle. If someone who's searching for a 2013 Honda Accord price, we know they're deeper in the buying cycle versus someone who's looking for a 2013 Honda review because they're using comparison keywords there. So the control is really up to you based on the keywords you choose. Also, you have complete control of your costs. The budgets are set on a daily basis, and you really choose how much you want to spend every day on the keywords that you're bidding on. And what I really like about search ads is the real-time tracking. I can see the clicks, the impressions, the cost per click, the conversions on a real-time basis. So I can review every day what my account did the previous day and see what I spent and see if some keywords are not working, and bid on new keywords or test different keyword match types. So those are really the benefits of text ads. So how do we set up an account in 30 minutes? Well, if you don't have an account, and you go to the URL that's showing right there, accounts.google.com, you just hit up on sign up now. And if you do have an account, we will go through that also. You just click on that little button that says sign up now, and it takes you to a screen where you can either use a username that you already use for Gmail or for Google Places, and you can use that username. Or if you don't have a username, you can create a new one. Just remember that one username can only be linked to one account. So I like to make sure that I like to keep it consistent. So I like to use a same username that I use for Google Analytics and for Google Webmaster Tools, and I'll use it for my AdWords account because then I can link the Google AdWords with the Google Analytics. So let's talk about setting up an account in 30 minutes. Say you already have an account created. Well, before you can do anything, you have to start brainstorming about your first campaign. Remember that when you're setting up campaigns and an account, that the structure of an account, the organization of an account is very, very important. So think about brainstorming your campaigns based on your products and services you offer. So if you go to a automotive website and you look at the products and services they offer, they have new models, they have used models, they have service, and maybe they even have a finance department. So each one of those services or products would get its own campaign. We also like to create campaigns based on your geographical location. So a lot of clients who we have here like to do a parts campaign, but they can sell parts nationwide. So we, instead of setting up a campaign nationwide, we will set it up based on geography. So maybe by different time zones. Also, you can set up accounts or your campaigns based on promotions or special offers. If you're, we set up accounts based on Black Friday deals. We set up accounts based on different presidential sales event. So you can do it based on promotions and special offers. So after looking at your website and seeing the different products and services that you offer, the next step is really to understand your account structure. So as you can see, I made a nice little graph here. And what you need to think about is organization when you're creating your account and your campaigns. So you can see the account is the first part. Then campaigns, you can have many campaigns based on products or offers, as we talked about. And then within each campaign, you have different ad groups. So let's quickly go over an example. If one campaign is new models, the different types of ad groups that could be in there are 2012 Honda Accord. Then another ad group would be the 2012 Honda Civic, 2012 Honda Odyssey. And each model gets its ad group because we want to keep organization very, very tight and themed. And the reason why is because each ad group gets its own keywords. So it would really not make any sense to have keywords for the Honda Civic in the Honda Accord ad group. And don't worry, we're gonna do a live example very shortly. So now that you have your campaign structure and you have your campaigns brainstorm, you have to come up with keyword lists. The best way to do to create your keyword list is by brainstorming and really looking at several different factors. First, you want to examine your website. Look at all the product and services you offer. Like we talked about, you have new models, you have used models, then you have service, maybe you have parts. So then the new models has its ad groups of 2012 Honda Accord, Honda Civic, Honda Odyssey. And then you start brainstorming the keywords for each ad group. So Honda Accord keywords like 2012 Honda Accord price, 2012 Honda Accord lease, 2012 Honda Accord sale, offer, go into the Honda Accord group. And then similar keywords can go into this in the Honda Civic. So 2012 Honda Civic service, 2012 Honda Civic special, 2012 Honda Civic offers and deals and price. And that's how you can really look at it by brainstorming at looking at your website. But then you have to think like your customer. Think what your customers would type in if they were looking for your products. Would they include price? Would they include offers? Would they include the words like deals in your keywords? And then there's also a tool provided by Google. It's called the Keyword Research Tool, Google AdWords Keyword Tool. What this tool does is really helps you there is no sound. Can everyone hear me? Jason said there is no sound. Can people just type into the questions box saying that they could hear me? Anyone? Hear me. I can now. Yep. Yes. Yes. Yay. I hear you. Great. Great. Did I did the sound cut out? Did anyone hear about talking about how to create your keyword list? No, sound did not cut out. It cut out for a second. All right, heard it all. That's all. Great, great, great. So we can still go over this one more time. So first step, examine your website. Look at the different services and products you offer. Second step, think like your customer. What would your customer write in the Google search bar when they were searching for your products? Third step, take all those keywords, go to the Google AdWords keyword tool, add them, and see what Google suggests for you as other keyword variations for you. I remember seeing a question. What about studies that have come out saying that people are becoming immune to paid ads and focusing more on organic? That's a good question. So, people are becoming, I wouldn't say immune to paid ads, but they're becoming more careful about the paid ads that they're clicking. And using paid search ads with or SEO actually is very valuable. You can learn a lot about what keywords are you should be targeting for SEO. You can also learn about new search patterns in your area that you wouldn't have discovered in the beginning. Also, people misspell a lot, and paid search can correct can help you show up for that. But paid search ads are not becoming immune to people. People are just becoming more careful and more aware of them. And what they're looking for now is quality. And that's why Google is very strict about text ads and what you write in there. And they're strict about the type of landing pages they use because they don't want you to send them to irrelevant landing pages. So uh, text ads still work, or I would not have a job. But they're not becoming immune to it. So let's move on. So let's go over a few keyword best practices. So when you're thinking about your keywords and you look at your website and you think like your customer and you add those keywords into the keyword tool, you want to start breaking them up into themes. So like we talked about, the 2012 Honda Accord keywords would go into their own group. 2012 Honda Civic keywords would go into their own group. Used keywords would go into their own ad group. And the reason we want to keep those really organized and is themed is because that's a big factor for Google, and it's a best practice. Second tip is start with a wide keyword list. I like to start with a keyword list around 20 and 30 for maybe each ad group. And as time goes on, I start narrowing it down. I start looking at keywords that are not working, and I start removing them. So starting with a wide keyword list and then really narrowing it down is something that I recommend. Use 2 or 3 keyword phrases. One word keyword phrases really don't work, so you don't want to bid it really on a word like accord, cars. You want to bid on 2 or 3 keyword phrases like 2012 Honda Accord, 2012 Honda Accord price. Those really have better results. And really, the last step is you want to test and refine. What we constantly do here at PCG is we test keywords. We make sure these keywords are performing at a positive level. And if they're not, we will remove them. So let's go for a live demo. I know it's really hard to try to imagine all this while someone's talking. So we're going to set up a live demo here. So here, this is just a dummy account I have. Can everyone see this screen? Just quickly give me a yes or a no. Yes. Great, thank you. So when you set up a new campaign, and this is anytime you log into your, if you create a new account, the first thing you do when you log in, you'll see create my first campaign. But if you already created campaigns, every time you log in, you will be taken into this campaigns tab, which is the default. And then you'll see something that says new campaign. What you want to do is make sure that you separate your different. There are two types of networks. There's a search network, which is google.com and other websites that have the Google search bar. And then there's the display network, which is all the different websites out there where your banners can show. Uh, you want to make sure that you separate search and display always. You're going to get a lot more impressions on the display network, and that's really going to skew your results. So make sure that you separate your search and your display network. So right now we're going to be creating our first search network campaign. So I'm going to click on that. Then we are brought here. You have options here on the side. Don't worry about product listing and dynamic search ads. These are just, we're just going to do standard. You're going to name your campaign. Make sure you give your campaign a very descriptive name. Just don't call it campaign 3, campaign 1. If this is a new models campaign, name it new models. As you can see, what kind of types, we're only going to go on the search network. Like I said, make sure you separate your networks. Search, one campaign, display, another campaign. So new model search network. Include search partners. So those are all the websites that have the Google search bar. Then we come up to devices. If you're a new advertiser, choose all devices as it says here. At PCG, our best practice is to separate our mobile from our desktop and laptops. So if you wanted to separate them, you would just click let me choose, and then you would create one this first campaign either for mobile or desktop. So you would just, if we were doing just desktop and laptop, we would and tablets, we would remove mobile, and this would just be new campaign, new models search campaign for desktop and laptops. But if you're new to this, just keep it on all devices, and then you come to location. So if you're a dealership, you really don't want to choose the entire United States. You want to choose your geography, your near your zip code. So you can either choose to write the town or the state. So say if we're doing Newark, New Jersey. You see, if you type it, then you can add it. But there's more advanced features. You can do it by zip codes. So let me show you. So here you can do this. You could type in by the search in Newark, New Jersey. Or you can do a radius around Newark, New Jersey. So maybe you wanted to do 10 miles around Newark, New Jersey. And then it would show you this is your entire, if you were doing a radius 10 miles around New Jersey, you could see that you would be going into New York. So that's why knowing your location and how it's shaped is very important, because maybe you don't want to advertise in New York. Maybe you know that people from New York won't come into Newark. So you have to, look at this radius and really examine it. If you want to add it, just hit the add button and there you go. Or what you can do bulk locations by zip codes. Now, I don't know the zip code for Newark, but I do know the one for Plainsboro, New Jersey, where I grew up. I would search it, and there you go, it would come up. You can add up to 1,000 at a time here, and then if you have 1,000 locations, you just can add them all. And I could add Plainsboro, New Jersey, where I grew up. So those are the different ways you can really target your location. Make sure you go and hit done. And there we go. 10 miles around Newark, New Jersey. Here we go. The next step is bidding option, manually or let Google do it for you. I would recommend that you hit it. I'll manually set my bids for clicks. default bid is, I always just like to do $1. You can always change it. This is just will apply to the first ad group you create, not all of them, just the first one. And here's your budget. So the way I break up budgets really quickly, and I just want to explain it to you, is I take your full monthly budget. Take your full monthly budget. Say it's $1,000, and you're going to spend $1,000 on your new models campaign. What you do is then divide it by 31 days, and it comes around $33 a day. Ad extensions is something that we're not going to be covering today, but it's really advanced at Google AdWords. So here you just quickly go over it again. You set up you give it a name. You make sure you separate your different networks, search separate from display. Then you can choose your devices. Then you have you can choose your location. Remember, you could choose it by just typing the city, the town, or the state, or you can hit advanced search and go and use a radius, or you can use zip codes. Then you have your bidding options. I recommend choosing manually, and you set your budget. Take your entire budget divided by 31 days, and just hit save and continue. So now we can set up our first ad group. So this is where we would set up our first ad group. And before I set up my first ad group, I want to quickly ask if anyone has any questions. If you do, please type it in and I will answer it for you. Nope. Jason says nope. Jason is just catching on. Anyone have any questions about setting up your campaign and the settings? Jason, I'm a genius. Great. So I'm going to move on. So this is our first ad group. Remember, the same way we give our campaign a descriptive name, make sure you give your ad group a descriptive name. So let's say this is 2012 Honda Accord ad group. You want to give, and you can see down here, Google gives us an example of how an ad will look on the side and on the top. Make sure you give yourself a catching headline. So if this is a Honda Accord ad group, of course you are limited by the characters. I like to put the model name in the headline. Description line 1, I like to really make it a benefit. It could be a benefit about price. It could be a benefit about why it's different from you versus someone else. It could be a benefit about the car even. Maybe there's new features. So let's say it's 0.9 let's say the benefit is I have a great benefit that I'm working with a client is that they give a gift card if someone comes in and tests a new model. So I like to, this one has worked well, test drive the 2012 Honda Accord. So as you can see, I'm almost up to my limit of 35 characters. So then I'll just go to the next line, test drive the 2012 Honda Accord and get a $25 gift card. And then I also like to end it with a call to action. So it could be learn more. It could be shop now. It could be view more. It could be view our specials, see our inventory. Give them a call to action. Give them something to do. Tell them what the next step is. Here's your destination URL. This is where someone will go if they will go see, if they clicked on your ad. Make sure it's to a relevant landing page. So in this, it'll be www.example.com/ and I would direct them to the Honda Accord page. And then this is your display URL. This is just the green part right here where it says www.example.com. Make sure your display URL is the same as your destination domain. So it has to be www.example.com, just like it is in the destination. But I also like to add things to my display URL. I test different call to actions like test drive today, right? I like to maybe, instead of a call to action, I like to add the 2012. I like to add the model to it, because if someone searched the keywords 2012 Honda Accord, this would be bold. This would bold, this would bold, this would bold. So I like to really test out almost everything in my ad copy. So once you have your display URL, you would come here and choose your keywords. You would choose, like I said, I've been doing this for a while, so for me, I already know different keywords I would choose. 2012 Honda Accord. 2012 Honda Accord price. 2012 Honda Accord deal. 2012 Honda Accord specials. And I would go on and add more keywords. So does anyone have any questions about setting up an ad group? Anyone? All right, great. No, it seems like no one has any questions right now, so we'll move on. So then I would just hit save. I'm going to just hit set up billing later. But if you enter your credit card information in the billings, then this won't come up. Great. And this is my first, you can see on the side, here's my new models campaign with my first ad group. If I wanted to set up another ad group, I would just I would make sure I go into the new models, and you can see the different tabs, and then I would hit new ad group. And if I wanted to create another campaign, I just go to make sure I'm all online campaigns, hit that, or the link that I just did, and just hit new campaign. Just to quickly show you where you would do the billing, you would come to billing, then you go to billing preferences. You come here, you select your country, so United States. Make sure you put in your billing information so Google can charge you, because unfortunately they are in the business of making money. Then you add your business name, which is optional, your contact name, your address, your business information. After you would hit that, you would see your two options. You could either pay by credit card, you could pay by bank account, and you just follow the steps there. If you choose credit card, you have to enter your credit card number, address, the billing address for it, expiration date, and the security code. And if you were doing it by bank account, you have to put in your bank account number. And it's pretty simple. And if anyone has questions about how to set up billing after this presentation is done, if you're going to be setting up a Google AdWords account, just please email me and I will give you step-by-step directions. So any questions about setting up an account? All right, great. I'll move on. So let's talk about creating a remarketing list and what remarketing is. So before I show you how to create a remarketing list, and I will show you a quick demo, remarketing is a great way to get people to come back to your website. As we know, the majority of people that will come to your website the first time are researching and comparing your company to another company. And what remarketing allows us to do is to place a little tracking cookie, and we can follow them with banners wherever they go. And what this allows us to do is really create specific and targeted messages to the people that have been to our website, because we know they are interested in our company or in our product or service. And what remarketing can do is help us push them over the edge and actually either buying from us or coming into the store and or just branding your company to them. So to create a remarketing list, you would go to on the side when you're in a campaigns tab, you would hit shared library, and then you would hit the audience button where this red arrow is pointing to. Then you would go set up remarketing list. Now, if you've never set up, if this is a new account, if you have not set up a remarketing list, this is what you're going to see. And what's really great about this new remarketing list is you only have to put one code on your website, and then you could create different remarketing lists based on your URL structure. That's a little bit more advanced. You can definitely find great articles about that on the Google AdWords blog or a blog that I go to and read a lot. It's called ppchero.com. They have great information about best practices for PPC and tips and all the updates that occur in the not just with Google AdWords but Bing and Facebook. So it's a great source of information. So you would hit that setup remarketing green button, and then you would see the code. You would copy the code and make sure you place the code on every page of your website. I can't stress that anymore. Place it on every page of your website between the body tags. And what this allows you to do when you place it on every page of your website is then you can create different remarketing lists based on different categories in your website. I like to create remarketing lists for people who's looked at new models, people who looked at used models, people that went to the service pages, people that went to the parts, and then I can create specific and well-targeted messages for each different audience. So make sure you put the remarketing list on every page of your website. So before we talk about creating effective banners, and I'm going to show you, let me just quickly jump back into the Google AdWords and show you again how to create your remarketing list. So remember, anytime you log into your Google AdWords account, it's going to take you within this campaigns tab. Then you click on shared library in the left corner over here. Then you go to view audiences. Now this is the first time I'm creating a remarketing list in this account. So I hit set up remarketing. Then I copy the code and I either give it to my web development guy or send it to support and get it placed on every page of my website between the body tag. So you can either create a remarketing list for specific sections of your site, like I talked about, model specific, people who saw new models, used models, service, or you can do it later. So just hit do this later. And here it is. This is where your remarketing list is. I like to make a duration. You can really experiment with this. I do it between 90 and 120 days. So and it's open. And if you ever need the code again, you just hit this tag right here, and it'll bring you there again. Return to audience. So any questions about creating a remarketing list? Any questions about creating a remarketing list? I recommend everybody to do remarketing because we know there are a lot of dealerships out there, and you really want to help yourself stand out and really drive your unique selling proposition. And the best way to do it is with remarketing banners after someone came to your website because they're interested in what you have to offer. Great, no questions. So I'll move on to creating effective banners. So examine your website when you're creating your banner. Make sure that you use the same logo, the same design elements. We want to keep it consistent because these people have been to your website and we want them to recognize your brand. And what we actually also want to do is brand you even more. So if they click on your banner and your banner looks in one way and they go to your website and it looks completely different, that trust is going to really disappear and they're not going to trust you to go to the next step. So make sure you use the same logo and design elements as your website on your banners. Create a banner in every size. Google allows you to create 8 different sizes, and that's because they can show on different places on a website. And you want to make sure that you have a size, you have a banner for in every size, because you never know which size is going to work best for you. So create a banner for every size. Make sure your banner has a call to action button, not a call, but a call to action. It could be, you can make it into a button if you like. Tell them what you want them to do next. Do you want them to learn more about your deal? Do you want them to view your inventory? Do you want them to view your video? Make sure you're telling them what to do. And just like with everything, test, test, test. Create one set of banners, maybe with one call to action, and another set of banners with a different call to action, and see which one works best. Maybe in one set of banners you use one type of car, and another set of banners you use a different type of car. Test that. Don't ever get lazy and not test, because you really need to know what works best for you. So any questions about creating banners? Okay, great. So here are just some quick example of banners that we've made here that are unique banners, and they work really well. So the first banner is come in for a test drive and receive your $25 gift card. We have the logo. We have the same elements that are on the website. We have the different types of options of gift cards. We also have a call to action is choose your reward card. And then we also added a nice description line there that says no purchase necessary, to really qualify and tell people to build that trust with them. The next set right here is we really wanted to get people to view a video of the new 2013 Toyota Avalon. So what did we do? We kind of created a banner that has a video player in with the car. And then we have a call to action that says view video. And we direct people to the page that actually has the video. Make sure that you're directing people to a relevant landing page. The same thing with the test drive gift card. We're sending them to a test drive landing page. The third banner here is a service banner that we created. It's for the express lane that a client has. We really wanted to let everybody know that went to the service page that there's this express lane where they can get a quick oil change and more. We added a qualifier that says no appointments needed, just stop in. And it's a banner that's doing very well. Now, what I can do is take this Mobility Motors banner and test maybe adding a call to action that says, call us today. Maybe test out versus one that has learn more about our service specials. So it's, you constantly want to keep testing. Any questions about remarketing banners and maybe remarketing banner ideas that you have that you want to share? We have a quiet crowd here today. So let's move on from remarketing to video pre-roll. So Google AdWords for video is a new channel. Quiet is good from Jason. How do you remove them once you're being remarketed to? So I guess you're asking is how do you remove yourself from a remarketing list? It's simple. All you have to do is to go to your browser and clear your cookies, and then you'll be removed from the remarketing list. So Google AdWords for video is a new channel for everybody. It's really cost effective. It's really effective in a sense that you have a lot of targeting options, and it's something that I think is going to really grow for Google. Your Google AdWords for video your ads will show on YouTube and the Google Display Network. And just a little facts about YouTube. Of course, it's owned by Google, but it's also the second largest search engine out there behind Google. So that kind of gives you an idea of how big YouTube is and how many people are searching on it. And remember, it is a search engine because there is a search bar that people can search on. It's the leading online video destination with 60 plus hours of video uploaded every minute. Just imagine that. 60 plus hours every minute. That's incredible. And 800 million people go to YouTube every month. So there's quite a large group of people to advertise to. So there are different types of formats in Google AdWords for video, but we're going to talk about in-stream ads. And that's what we know as video pre-roll. What a video pre-roll is that 15-second or 30-second ad that plays right before any video that you want to watch on YouTube. And of course, you have the option of skipping it. So video pre-roll, what that does for the viewer, it gives, after 5 seconds, you can skip it. And the reason why Google did that is because they believe that people will watch the videos that interest them, the commercials that interest them. And we've been running video pre-roll ever since it's come out, and it's very true. People who are interested in what your commercial is, and you can target them by several different ways, they will watch your video if they're interested. And we're seeing a tremendous amount of people viewing our videos, but also how inexpensive the cost per view is. We're seeing a cost per view of 20 cents per view, which is really inexpensive. And for advertisers, you are only charged when someone watches your full video or 30-second, whichever comes first. So if they skipped your video after 5 seconds, you don't pay for anything. And the great thing about video pre-roll is the video is clickable, and they can go and you can direct them straight to your website. So the click is completely free. What you're paying for is the cost per view. And there's different ways you can target people with video pre-roll through Google AdWords for video. You can do it by keywords, just like we do keywords for search ads. You can choose your keyword and you say, show these videos for people who are these type of keywords. Then you could use different topics. So every YouTube video is placed in different topic groups. So it could be automotive, it could be financial, it could be travel videos. So you can choose by different topic groups. You can also choose by different interest groups. Everybody online is their browser activity is taken into account, and they are put in different interest categories. So if you looked at my laptop here at work, it would probably say I'm an interest group of automotive because I go to so many different automotive websites. If you looked at my computer at home, it would probably say that I'm into sports because I visit ESPN, NFL.com, and probably in the social category because I go to a lot of social websites like Mashable, Facebook, Springwise, LinkedIn, Twitter. So there's different interest groups that you can target. You can choose demographics by age and by gender. And you can choose by placements, meaning you can choose specific YouTube channels or specific YouTube videos or specific websites that have YouTube videos on them. And the last one that we've seen great results from is remarketing. Yes, you heard me right. Now we can show videos to our remarketing group, just like we show banners. And we've really seen a great response from the different accounts that we have that are running video pre-roll remarketing videos of being very, very effective. They are watched a lot more if you have the right message, and they get a lot of clicks back to the website. So video pre-roll remarketing is one of the most effective targeting options out there. Any questions about anything that we talked about today? That's I don't have a slide that says Q&A or the end, but this is the end. Any questions about paid search, remarketing, or video pre-roll? Not yet. I guess people are just gonna ponder and then send me some questions. Unless I'm just a really great teacher, then I picked the wrong profession. Jason, thank you for your compliments. I do feel superb today. Well, it was a pleasure presenting to you guys today. I hope you learned a lot of great information that you can take and implement with your dealerships. Once again, I believe, Lisa, you'll be sending out this presentation.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll have this presentation with my contact information. Give me, shoot me an email if you have any questions, and if I can, help you in any way. And I want to thank you, everybody, for their time.
Thanks, Dmitry. As he said, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to him. Unfortunately, I have very limited knowledge in that field, so I will forward any questions I receive to him. So I hope you guys got a little taste of what PPC and remarketing is. It's clearly another huge field in internet marketing, but I hope you saw some similarities between organic search and paid search, such as keywords and call to action and other things that we've been talking about. So now we're going to switch gear, and I will go over your midterm. Nicole already asked, is the midterm timed, or can you come back to it? Absolutely. You can come back to it when you start to do it. You'll put in your email and you'll create a password for it, so you can come back to it at any time. I will quickly just log into it to give you guys a little overview of it. I put it up on the website earlier. So you just log into week 6 just like you would any other week for your homework. Down the bottom, to take your midterm, click on the link to take our online test. This is really, really important. While I really do recommend taking the test right now, it will be available for you until next Thursday at noon. So you do have a little extra time to take it should you have to run out for a meeting right now. All right, to start the test, you start the new one. And this is where you put in your information. Create a password so that you can come back to it later if need be. All right, and here are the instructions. It's short, only 24 questions. There's no time limit. As I said, you can start it now, finish it later. As you're going through, you can go back and change answers, but you only get one try to do it. That means when you hit submit, it's submitted. You can't go back and change your answers. Yes, we will definitely send out the instructions on finding the information for the test. And then that puts you right into the exam. Save it, complete it, whatever you guys want. It is open from right now until next Thursday. Does anyone have any questions about the midterm? Besides me doing it for you or copying it or anything like that? All right, no questions. Guys, have a great holiday and a happy new year. Um, please take some time to catch up on everything. The test is right on the AIP website. Patricia or myself will send out a link to everyone. Jason, I don't even know how to pronounce that. Merry Christmas, Hana Kwanzaa. So Merry Christmas, Hana Kwanzaa to everyone. Have a great end of the year, and please reach out to me with any questions.